What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the seemingly two different versions of Gotham Knights that exist. Now, I do want to make this very transparent in the beginning. I did see Slick Muff made this video. For what it's worth, I did not watch it, so these opinions are my own. And as I think these videos go with me, with Slick, with Degenerate J, with any of us, we all tend to have at least different ways of saying it or just different opinions altogether. But I do want to bring this up. I did actually, I think because of his video, which I'm sure he did a very good job at, a lot of people, I think, have brought this up. And I've seen this on Twitter quite a bit. I've seen this on Discord a little bit. So I do want to talk about this. And it's something that I do think is kind of negative, is not something, I think as we go through it, you'll see, it's just not something they need right now. You know, I tend to say that actually quite a bit, that, you know, I mean, we can just call it flat out bad. You can say it sucks. You can say whatever. But I think just in general, they may not be the worst things in the world, but it's just not something that the company needs to like get behind at this moment. You know what I mean? It just makes them look bad, things like that. So, well, what am I talking about? Well, basically, if you guys don't know, Amazon Italy have their pre-orders now available for Gotham Knights. So more places. I mean, that is actually important to note as well, right? And I have seen people say that although this news sucks, kind of. I guess it depends on what kind of person you are. Although it sucks, the good news is more and more places. Remember, a few months ago, it was already available to pre-order, I think, in Australia, in different places. Overseas, there was a lot of places that you could pre-order it. Not in the U.S., still not yet, but this is a good sign for that, okay, you can pre-order this in Italy, on Amazon Italy at least, and that's just another place. So release at some point. You know, I still think it's going to come out before Hogwarts Legacy. What's interesting, I do actually want to throw this in really fast. When you go on the PS5, they have their new store, right? And it's built into the PS5. It's not like its own separate app. And in the coming soon category, Hogwarts Legacy is on there. Gotham Knights isn't, which Hogwarts Legacy is like the first thing I like I was like, oh my dear God, like it's here. It's never been there before. Now Gotham Knights is not there. So that's just something to keep in mind. But we know from this Amazon Italy that there are two different SKUs for this game. There's two different versions, and it's pretty easy. It's a current gen, I guess now meaning last gen, so PS4, Xbox One, and then it is next gen. Now, the pricing is a little, I would say, confusing. It's a $10 difference between, $10 US, between current gen and next gen. Now, I'm not sure if it's 70 or 80 and 80. I don't think it is. I think it's 60 for current gen for PS4 and Xbox One, and then 70 for next gen, PS5, Xbox Series X. And that's about as basic as we can boil it down to. Basically, what it means is if you buy the PS4 version and you play it on your PS5, you are only playing it backwards compatible. You're not doing the quote-unquote free upgrade, right? How the developers, publishers, they get to pick if they want to do the free upgrade. Now, some of them have done, I think, who did this? Ghost of Tsushima, I feel like, did this, where you could upgrade different versions for just a couple extra dollars. I'm pretty sure, like, if you got the PS4 version of Ghost of Tsushima, like the standard, and then you wanted to play it on PS5, you could get the, like, deluxe edition for, like, $10 or something like that. So there's been some weird ones. There's been like sales on them. There's been like discounted rates, but pretty much you wouldn't be able to have a free upgrade. They wouldn't be doing a free upgrade. That's, I mean, basically right there where the issue lies. I think 100% where the issue lies because, again, Call of Duty did this. In fact, now I'll be, again, very transparent with you guys. To be honest, I didn't know Call of Duty Cold War did this. And knowing that it did kind of actually makes me mad. Call of Duty Cold War, for people that don't know like I didn't know, for PS4 and Xbox One, right now, you can go on Amazon, you can go anywhere you want right now, $60, okay? A quote-unquote full-price game for current gen. But if you want the next-gen version, it's $70. It's a full price, you know how, because they kind of up the rates, right, by $10. It's a $70 game, okay, for next-gen. And you can't get that free upgrade. If you're playing it on PS4 and then I go to play it on PS5, I can do it backwards compatible. That's fine. But I can't play the PS5 version unless I get the $70 game. Now, I don't know if Call of Duty does something where you can just do that upgrade. I honestly don't think it does. And that's where it really, to me, that's the biggest issue. Because if they're going to do something like that, then I feel like there's got to be some very small price you can pay to get that upgrade when you're doing it. You know what I mean? To not do it, that's a negative. And it's, again, it hasn't happened to me. I've played Assassin's Creed. I have Watch Dogs, and that's very easy. You buy it on PS4. I had both of them on PS4. You go to the PS5, and you get the PS5 game, okay? And so you're playing the PS5 version of that game. It's got the features. It's the free upgrade, right? All you had to do was download it. That I won't say that's the way it should be. I mean, I think it is, right? Because it's kind of more consumer friendly. It tends to be what we're seeing now, not necessarily greedier corporations, but you're seeing these are just not good looks. When you do something like that, when you say with Call of Duty, okay, if you bought the PS4 version and then you buy a PS5 like 1 month later and you want to play it and you want the PS5 version, you need to buy it again for $70. That's just flat out not okay. Again, I think the Ghost of Tsushima way is maybe meeting it the best way in the middle where, now again, you don't even get a PS5 version for Ghost of Tsushima. It's just a way to upgrade like editions, like deluxe edition, like normal edition. That's all that is. You can, I think, make that. I would say you can make that so that if, okay, Gotham Knights comes out and you get it on PS4 and then you want to play it on PS5, maybe it tells you, okay, you can, but you got to pay an extra $10. That's still $10 that I don't think we should be paying, to be quite honest with you guys, but at least it's not saying, okay, spend $60 and then spend another $70. You know what I mean? That just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And again, everybody's different. Every developer, every publisher is different. But at the same time, what you're seeing is the majority doing it one way, and then if you don't do it that way and you do it your own way and it just doesn't look good, I mean, just factually, it doesn't look good. I mean, that's just a bad situation. So you have all these games coming out. I think even Far Cry is and now Far Cry is delayed. Far Cry is Ubisoft as well. It's not Warner Bros. But I think Far Cry, when it was announced, they said the same. They said like a positive thing where if you got on PS4, you'd be getting on PS5. It's just, I don't know. It's not something that I think needed to happen. I get that people don't want to let go of current gen. I keep saying current. It's very hard now because technically it's last gen. People don't want to let go of last gen, the PS4, Xbox One. Gotham Knights will come out, February, March, April, May, somewhere in that range, right? So it's coming out in next-gen territory. So to me, I would say just make the prices the exact same. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather pay $70 for PS4 and for PS5. You know what I mean? That way when you upgrade, nothing happens. If that's all it took to make it so that you don't have to do what it seems like they're doing, I would kind of take that. You know what I mean? I think the thing holding it back is that there seems to be a mental divide where it's like, okay, PS4 versions, or last gen, PS4 and Xbox One, the price is set at $60. We're not going higher. But when you go into PS5 and Xbox Series X, then there's a choice. Do you do 50? Do you do 60? Do you do 70? And I think that barrier is stopping them from saying, okay, we'll just have it 70 across the board, because let's be honest, they really do want it to be 70. If you're going to charge 70 for next gen, you would ideally want current gen to be 70 as well. You know what I mean? So that's I think reading between the lines that they really would want it to be 70 across the board, but they can't do that because that would also make them look bad, which again doesn't make sense because it's already making them look bad. I don't know. It's a messed up situation. I'm gonna get this thing for PS5. That's never really been a question mark in my mind. I'm getting it for PS5. It'll be $70. I won't have to worry about the free upgrade, but I mean, I get it. I get it because there's a lot of you, even a lot of you guys, a lot of the community of Batman people that we put together here, a lot of you guys don't have, and you've told me, like, I'm not getting it for a while, and I assume we'll have to do, like, a poll or something to kind of make this fun, see how many of you guys are going to get it on one versus the other, but I would imagine it's probably 50-50, or maybe it's actually more for PS4 than it would be for PS5 or Xbox One than Series X. I think it may be more. So this is something that I do think is going to affect a large majority of people, which is, I would say, a negative thing. Just, again, not the worst thing in the world, especially if they only have, like, say, $10 like entry fee and then you can upgrade it. It is a pretty stupid thing that if you have to pay $60 and then you want to play it on the next gen, you have to pay $70. That's really bad. But more than anything, I just don't think it's something, like I said, my kind of motto with these things, it's just not something that needs to be done right now. It just doesn't look good on them at this current moment. If for a developer that hasn't made a game in 7 years, and we're getting a game that not everybody, I'm on board with it, a lot of people are on board with it, but not everybody's on board with this game, and there's no guarantee, by the way, that this game is going to be any good, right? Imagine if this game is subpar or average or disappoints a lot of people, and then you also have this pricing thing on top of it. It just is not something that you need. You already, I think, have enough to deal with, and then you throw this on top of it, and it just doesn't look good. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Are you disappointed by this? Which version of the game will you be getting when it comes out? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. As I always say, if you guys want to support me on Twitter by following me there, Podcast Now 15. I have a Discord server if you guys want to join. I also have a second channel called Podcast Now Plus. All three of those are in the description below if you guys want to check that out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.